Silver has just shown a very, very huge signal, and it looks like silver might break out and just keep running forever. In this video, we're going to see why silver is going to the moon. We're going to see how you can profit from silver, which stocks and which ETFs you can buy. Let's dive right in. The first chart that I want to show you is the gold chart. Money has been losing value for a long time. Here you can see the value of your $1. What has happened to it over time? It is down 99% from 1971, and that's just 50 years. A funny table that I found is that $14,000 could get you 400 ounces of gold in 1971, but in 2024, they only get you 6 ounces. This is quite funny because I'm sure there's more gold right now than in 1971, but the price of gold has dramatically increased. So does that mean gold is becoming more valuable? I don't think so. The fact is that the dollar is becoming less and less valuable. And while people are out there getting real wealth in terms of physical asset, they give you this paper money in your salary, and then they just keep making it lose value year over year. So gold is one of the assets that goes up in price because of the debasement. Silver is the second asset. I've already made a video on gold, so you should watch that. And now we are watching the video on silver. The first thing that I want you to look at is the 12-month chart of silver. Each bar represents 1 year. Here we have the relative strength indicator, and then here we have the composite index. The composite index helps us detect when the relative strength indicator has failed to find a divergence. So here, for example, that in 2007 was the first high, and then in 2010, it forms another high. But you see, the RSI did not catch this divergence, but the relative strength indicator did catch it. Then silver dropped in price. The interesting thing that I want you to see is just to look at these bars. Silver has closed at the highest price it has ever closed on the 12-month chart. This is a very huge thing because this is a very huge cup and handle, and then there's a mini cup and handle here. Whenever you see these very big setups like this, you can expect that commodity to run for half of the time. So maybe from this cup and handle here of 15 years, then it's likely to run for 7 years after the breakout. That's something you can expect. And then from the bigger one, it's going to run half of the time. Half of this bigger one would be 22 years. Of course, it's not just going to go up in a straight line, but you do get the gist. It's going to be a move like this, where silver went from $5 to around $50. Such moves can happen over 10 years. But let's look at the more immediate one. So let's go to the 6-month chart. Let's keep zooming out so that you can get a picture of what is really happening. The one we are focusing on is this cup and handle here. You can see that there is a form of resistance over here, which is the big base that I already labeled. So that base is already labeled, and then it breaks out. I thought that from around $26, silver was just going to go to the moon, but then it kind of stalled, and we can see that more on the monthly chart. Silver kept stalling while gold kept going. These are things called bases. Whenever things coil, they're likely to just break out with very, very strong volatility. And I think that's what might be happening to silver right now. I think it is trying to catch up to gold because for a long time, gold has been moving. Since 2024, gold has gone up 73%. Silver has also gone up, but its move has not been as smooth. It has been very, very volatile. But to make a good profit, normally you want a very smooth move. And I think the move it might do might be the move it did in 1974. You can see silver went from $5 and it went all the way to $50 in a span of about 1 year. I think that's what might be happening because you see this big cup with a handle, then it breaks out. 2010, it had a huge run up, silver, where it did about 150% in a short amount of time. So I think something similar is going to happen here. On the weekly chart, we can see that silver has gone to the all-time high over the last 12, 15 years. And if we go to the daily chart, we can see exactly what is happening. So here we go to the daily chart of silver. It has broken out of this mini consolidation. This is the first buying point that I recommended to people in Profit Points. So sign up for the stock recommendation newsletter. We tell you exactly where to buy and sell. And if you're not able to make your subscription money, you get a 100% refund. If you just want to test it out for free, you get the PDF, which has all of our plays that we use to find these moves for you. So you can also learn to do it on your own. But we can do it for you, and then you save your time, and then you have a money back guarantee. So here, silver has broken out of that mini consolidation. You can call it this small cup and a handle on a daily chart. That was another buy point around $39. So how can you profit from silver? There is one major ETF that you can use for silver, and that is AGQ. You can see I already recommended it to the people in your newsletter. I told them to buy again here, around $53 for those who are late, because I always try to help people know when to get in so that they can profit. And now they're going to just, by the time they wake up on Tuesday, the price is going to be about 5% above. It's going to be around $60. and they're going to be in a huge profit already. So I think people are already up 15% on this move, yet they only risked 5%. So if you want to start profiting like that, sign up for the newsletter. AGQ is a 2x ETF and can help us catch these moves of silver. Remember, in 2010, silver went up about 150%, but the 2x ETF went up 500%. This is the power of leveraged ETFs. When a move is very smooth and bullish, or smooth and bearish, you can get a good meat of the move using the 2x ETF. So I am using this one to track my move of silver. And then another stock is PAS, it's a silver corp, but I think it's getting a little bit extended, so it might not be very safe to buy right now, but you can keep an eye on it. There is MAG, which is a silver. So you can see it at the checkout here. I think I recommended this in a newsletter as well. So you can just buy here after the checkout. And then people are already up around 15%. I think it's also a bit overextended right now. You want it to come back to the 50-day. There is AG as well. This one has not yet run out. It is still doubling, but if it breaks out of here, around $9.5, then I think it's going to be a very good move. I hope you found value in this video. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. I try to release these videos whenever I see very huge moves like this. These are moves that are several months, and then you can just have your money sitting there, and then you can make a very huge profit. May the markets be with you.